Okay folks, today I'm going to show you how to make a basic gun rack for the wall to put your gun on. Some of it's from pallets, some of it's just scrap wood. I had all of it's from scrap wood. And what you're going to need is some 1x6s at a minimum 1x6 width. These are going to be 12 inches, so you're going to have 2 foot there, and this is 21 inches, so basically a 4 foot long 1x6 at minimum. These are 1x4s. They're 21 inches long, so you need 2 of those. Again, borrow about 4 foot of those, and that's it. Some screws, a saw to cut with, something to drill screws with. You can use a bandsaw, scroll saw, jigsaw, or a coping saw to cut these out. And this is a pretty quick and easy project to do. So let me get to it and show you what we got. A couple things you need to remember before you get started here. One is you're going to want to pre-drill your holes when you're putting this together, especially the thinner 1x material, or you run a chance of splitting it out. Now I like my sides on the outside of the shelf, and so your measurement, you have to take your measurement from the inside for this. Now you can put these on the back side, overlapping, that's fine, it's up to you. This is a 1x6 from a pallet. I wish I'd used a nominal 1x6 instead of going with rustic pallet wood. It's pretty thin, but it'll work, but I prefer wider lumber, so keep that in mind. Also, this is only 21 inches wide, so you'll have to center this up, get your center, find your center of your stud, and I would put at least 3 good screws in this, because this is holding your gun. If you just try to put one, the rack's going to go this way. So just keep that in mind. This is holding your guns. You want it secured securely to the wall. So put, I do one in each of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get after it and show you how I built this. Okay, to get the notches that will hold the gun, I had no idea about how big to make them. So I just took a paint can, put it about 3/4 of the way down. You want one at the top, very top. So, and then I just make sure the sides are kind of straight. And then from here to here, I came down about 6 inches. Yep, come in about 1 inch or so. Put the can over here. Now, you want some room to work your gun into, so I just kind of come over here, kind of roughly draw a line here that's going to connect the back of your notch where you can put your gun in. You got to have some room here. So this looks about right. I don't know, someplace in there maybe fancy little curve like an OG or something. We'll see how that looks. So anyway, that's rough. I'm going to cut this out with a jigsaw. If you got a bandsaw, it'd be easier. We're not going to worry about this. We'll do something, we'll hide it or something. That's where I had to cut the nails off with it. So anyway, that's how we're going to get this, and then I'll bring you back after I cut it out. Got this cut out. Doesn't look perfect, but again, it doesn't have to be. So I'm going to use this as a template to cut my next one out. What I'm going to do here, I will come back and sand this, kind of round these over a little bit. I don't like squared edges. So I'm going to use this to cut my next template out. But if you don't want your rifle setting like this, or your guns like this, you kind of want them level, then the side with the barrel will have to be a little higher. And I'll probably come in maybe make these, you know, the bottom of this about 1 inch, ½ inch, something like that, taller. Try to get the gun set and level, and then we can give it that right there. And then up here we're going to do the same thing, kind of give it about 1 inch or so, make it a little taller. And you need to decide which way you're going to put your guns in. Now, if you're going to put them both, like stock over here, barrel over here, and then stock over here and barrel over here, I wouldn't worry about it. I just trace the same pattern. But if you're going to put the stocks all on the same side, one side needs to be a little higher to kind of make it look right. And there's that. So that's a little higher. So let me get this and cut out, and I'll be right back. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind, if you're going to put your board, you can put them on top like this, but just if you've got a thick enough board, you can do that, or you can put them to the side like this. But what you want to keep in mind is if you put them to the side of this, then make sure you take into account the thickness of your board here, or you'll end up being too short. So I've got this board cut 21 inches. These are a tad longer because they're going to go to the back. And let me get all this screwed up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay folks, there is the basic gun rack. I like the way this looked, so I just went ahead and added, I have enough left, I added the other one, so solid back. Now you can take little teacup hooks or coat hangers, put in here and hang stuff off, but that's your shelf, your gun rack. Let's go put it up, see what it looks like. Okay, here's the final product up in the living room. As I was telling you earlier, make sure that you get this centered on a stud and you use strong bolts or nails, and put one in all three because you're not going to have enough width to hit the studs on the side. So that's the finished product. It's easy to make and quick. Took me about an hour. Took me probably longer to scrounge up the scrap than it did to fix this. So anyway, hey, y'all check out the blog below, and quick and easy gun rack.